Here I share a chook run with my neighbours on the common property, but I allow them access into my place through a little gateway in the fence. I've been allowing them fairly free rein out here, but I'm starting to get a little bit more precious with my plantings, which means the girls have to be brought under some control. So today I want to build a chook tunnel, essentially, to give them access into the garden so they can come and go. I can give them a little treat, but I want to use it also to make a bench seat so we can sit down in that part of the garden, lovely little shady spot, and also it'll create this great little foreground to make a beautiful, luscious garden bed behind. Got some really basic materials, just some steel mesh and some macrocarpa sleepers. Now I've got you. Let's get started.
Oh, definitely. I'm ready.
I want the steel to have a rusty look, but be protected so it can last. I've already galvanised the section down the bottom that's going to be buried. Then, in a few weeks, once the top has a good rusty colour, I'll give it a treatment to protect it from the weather.
So that's going to give us sort of 200 mil underground.
Yep.
And then about a 400 sitting height.
How's that?
I think that's going to work well. You know, we'll need to cut it a little bit shorter on that back end, but I think it's going to be perfect if we could just get this nice even width.
With the bracing?
Yep. Perfect. So I'm just cutting some pieces that are going to act like braces in the bottom of the tunnel. They're under the soil, so it doesn't matter that they've got some overhangs, but that'll give us that even 400 right the way along.
They're working well.
Oh, great.
These temporary braces hold the form of the run while we then get the curve that we're after, and then we can lock it all together.
You right there?
Yeah, I think so.
You might start sinking.
It's becoming mud pies.
And now we're just going to use the crowbar and some steel stakes to try and curve the bench. And then once we put that into some sort of form, we can brace the whole top and start to put the lid on.
Now, look, that curve's nice.
Yeah, not the chickens are fussy about a curve.
Exactly.
Or maybe these girls, they're fancy chickens.
They might go, I'm not going in there, it's not square. It's not a beautiful arc. It's
I'll take my
Pythagoras.
sunflower seeds in the run, thank you very much.
After I removed the temporary braces, I've been putting in these pieces that Millie cut, which are effectively the lid, but they also have an overhang and they'll provide the perfect support for us to brace the timber seating onto. But then let's have a look at it. Oops. Yeah, that's not far off. Look.
Yeah, okay.
That's not far off.
And once it's all joined
After you
together...
squared that up over there,
yeah.
and once we've got the rocks in, that's going to be our... It's going to
Ballast.
keep the ballast at the base in.
In addition to those pieces of mesh that are stabilising the base of this structure, we're going to add soil and rocks, and really the whole bottom of the cage will be underground level. So it's really stable and really safe for the chickens when they're in there. Boop, boop. Good girl, Sonny. That's pretty good. She's giving it a go already. I reckon they're going to love this when it's full of treats. You just want to check this?
Oh, yeah.
For length?
I like the colour of the wet wood.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Look how rich. It's orange.
I might give them a little plane on the edge.
I'm ready to sit on that.
Little way to go yet, mate.
We got the trench dug and the steel frame secure. Now it's time to make it look like a seat. Timber brings a feel, doesn't it?
I love sitting on it. It's kind of warm in winter, cool in summer. It's like a perfect garden surface.
The next step here is to work this radius.
Yeah, I think keeping them chunky, but we might have to taper a few to get around that bend. Here they can be their full width.
Yep.
A little bit of,
Tweaking,
adjusting,
yeah.
tweaking.
Yeah.
Some say stuffing around.
Yeah. And that's what it's about. What Millie and I did was cut out these wedges, and that way we could play with it. And then from there, Millie could use that as the template and go away and cut the piece of timber.
I reckon 10 mil off each side should almost get us round. This is quite flat here, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And then it tightens up a bit here and then we straighten out again.
Yeah. So what do we need in here? Similar sort of 10-ish off each edge?
Off each side, yep.
All right, I'll take that. I'll be back.
It's a lot easier to experiment and get it right with cardboard than it is with your timber. Millie's attaching the timber seat to the mesh frame, and to do that, she's got to come up from underneath, so it's a real chicken's eye view. But it's pretty simple. She's just using a 25mm button head screw and a washer, and the first thing she's doing is pre-drilling a hole in the corner, and then
After a bit more experimenting with our jigsaw pieces and a light sand, it's time for the magic touch. Boiled linseed oil mixed 50-50 with terps is my go-to blend.
Figure I got to improve the view, I think, Costa. A little bit of planting.
yeah, well, it's chicken vision down here. That's who we're looking after.
Lots of little bees coming and going on this bovine.
It looks good already. Mulch is in.
And then that little scavola, I planted it. It has not stopped flowering for 6 months, so much so that I took cuttings and they're flowering with roots. I reckon it'll be perfect for here.
It'll just wind in and out and literally up the mesh too.
Oh, you're a good dog. You're a really good dog. As always, my planting here is pretty eclectic. I've got some things I haven't grown before, some experiments, this one from New Zealand, others from other parts of the world. I've got lots of native species, and these, well, I've raised them myself from seed. They're indigenous to the area, and I hope they're going to add a beautiful hit of colour.
Job well done.
Totally stoked.
It looks great.
It's so good. I reckon it's going to be the perfect spot for me to sit. But also, I reckon it's going to function really, really well for the chickens as well. They've already been checking it out as we've been building it.
They have. And when they come in, you stop and enjoy their arrival and what they're up to.
And you know what it's like. As soon as they hear you come home, they're out here going, what have you got for
Where
me?
have you
What have
been?
you got? And then fix pieces. And then this one, I can open it up, clean it out, give the girls some scraps. I think it's absolutely perfect. What do you think, Squiddy? Get up. Oh, those muddy paws. It's official.
He loves it.
Oh, it's going to get used.
It's part of the family.
Totally. And, I mean, that is the thing, isn't it? You think up something great to do, you just find some materials and work out how to put it together. Even a couple of amateurs like us can work this out.
I love doing projects with you.
It's so much fun. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.